What it do, folks? Hope you're treating yourselves oh so well, and of course others. My name is Clair, and this is a channel where we like to do tarot readings. Today, I thought we would get into what's coming towards you and why. So, this could be person, places, or things. What's life kind of got in store for you in the near future? What could be happening around you that you should be aware of? But what's coming towards you, decisions to be made, things of that nature. So hopefully this is helpful. All right, let's get into it. Pile 1. Okie dokie. So pile 1, 3 of Wands. I love this card because I really like his ensemble. The stripes are delicious, and the colors are very stark in this picture. So I think you're standing out amongst a crowd, perhaps. If you were wanting to be selected for something, you have pretty high chances of... It's almost like the more you go towards things that you feel resistant to right now, or maybe you're having to deal with a lot of things that you feel resistance to, maybe at first, maybe stark contrasts are happening in your life. You're having to make decisions that are monumental in your life. They would take a lot of drastic change. So you are kind of looking outwards and inwards at the same time. The 3 of Wands is a card that symbolizes looking forward, looking outside of yourself for resources. I think there's something about you continuing to go to a place or an environment, you reading up on a situation, or it's like you're putting yourself over and over in a place or space to help develop something in your life. Being at some area, it's almost like right place, right time sort of feeling in this. It almost seems as though you returning frequently to a certain place will help you navigate forward motion in something that maybe is undetermined, that you haven't realized that you're interested in doing or potentially wanting to do. So returning back to a place frequently, it's almost like opportunities stumbling into you, or you realizing things, because the 9 of Cups is the 9 of Cups. So it's almost like a feeling of the walls have been closing in on you for a very long time. You frequenting places helps you identify what you would want to do forward. 8 of Wands, yeah. So maybe there's a push and pull of you feeling a certain comfort in certain thing, or you feeling comfort in your current environment and wondering if moving forward requires drastic change or just lifestyle changes. I think those things are coming, the answers to those questions are gonna be very obvious to you in the near future. I think life is going to make a lot of your questions have very obvious answers. Like almost, I'm hearing like formal answers. So it's almost like life answers a lot of the questions you've been coming up to recently. Your doubts will be cleared, and it's almost like decisions that you have to make that you're kind of squirming in right now will take more of an obvious nature in the near future. The 8 of Wands is a beautiful sign of forward motion, and frequent, constant forward motion. So it's almost like your life is going to be more hectic in the near future, and that is a little jarring for you because maybe you have been in a state of comfort in your routines and regimens. You could be doing things that are very similar on a day-to-day basis, and now that you're coming up to the idea of changing that up, it is feeling heavier than you thought. But alas, maybe your everyday life is more cumbersome than you are like you realize. The Ace of Cups has shown its head, and the Ace of Cups is a lovely sign of, I think in this state, or in this case, putting your true feelings out, putting them in a statement form, perhaps communicating more obviously or frequently with certain people, being more authentic in the way you distribute your style or yourself outwardly. Being more honest with other people will help you put into words some of the things that maybe, like the way that you are, maybe you haven't said them out loud before, and these could be good or bad things. It could just be the way that you are. Maybe you're identifying certain things just by allowing conversations to be had or the words to be present. It's almost like you saying certain things out loud helps in the future. Putting your words out is very beneficial for you. And I think the frequent nature of you speaking the way that you feel will help make the way that you feel regulated. And the Four of Cups in reverse, getting tripped up on the decisions you have to make in the near future. I think maybe you have to choose between different lovers or passions in your life. There's something about you are kind of dredging up feelings of, do I want this or this? And the comparison is the thief of joy in a lot of ways in this circumstance. Maybe you are comparing certain things, and life is prepared to make a lot of the things that are tripping you up very obvious. I think it's going to be very clear in the near future if you just be aware of certain things. Life is going to help you out. The Four of Cups in reverse, the things that you didn't see before, moving forward. I wanted to say like letting good things happen to you. Maybe you're having a hard time accepting something that seems like obviously made for you, or it makes you feel a little pensive because you're like identify yourself, or something is precarious to you, but it's not in actuality. It just feels different from the way that you've been living. Kind of you getting out of your own way, or I think again speaking things out loud is helpful. The King of Pentacles, I think also if you pray or have aspirations, like if you write down things you want, it's very beneficial for you to be thankful on a daily basis. Say what you want, the things that you're trying to, and this could be just to yourself, a moment of giving thanks and calming your mind would be very beneficial. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Maintaining a mental balance by allowing yourself silence and restoration is what you should focus on in a certain light. There's something about you giving yourself care a step up, or your self-care regimen is going to be amplified in some way, form, or fashion, maybe in the near future, because it was the King of Pentacles in reverse. I think you are going to have something of a staycation or being treated to a sensory experience that's pleasant. Massages, going out with someone and it's very pleasant. There's something about very high sensory experience for you. Maybe you go to a place that you've always wanted to go in the near future. It just, something really has you elated in the near future, and it comes with a relaxing feeling. So I don't think, you know how vacations can be some sort of high strung, or certain events you could be wanting to do, they have a level of chaos or hectic nature with them. This experience feels like it's just going to be calming, relaxing, decompressing. So this is something that maybe comes out of left field for you, but it's in the realm of feeling good. So maybe you have a spa day or a vacation, but it is a surprise. There's something coming for you in the realm of physical pleasure, and it's kind of out of the blue, and that's kind of exciting too. I think that helps bring levity to your life in some way, form, or fashion, or excitement in some way. But things that are unidentified are coming towards you, and I think you're in a state of receiving for a while, because you've been giving a lot lately, but I think you're in a state of just in a receiving mode, and maybe you won't realize it until it started, but it's going to be lovely. Okay, with that, you gotta know I love you. What's up, pile 2? Hi, howdy. So this is what's coming towards you, and perhaps why that is, what's happening around you, and what life has stacked in your favor or perhaps against you. So let's get into it. This is pile 2. The chariot. Okay. So the chariot is a great omen for you are definitely on the right path. You have made recently decisions, and I think that they are suiting you. So congratulations on that. I'm hearing a bat out of hell. So maybe you got out of a situation recently that was kind of poisoning the well for you in whatever way. Maybe you were unsatisfied in a job and it was making your life harder in other aspects, or maybe a bad relationship, just something that was dragging you down to the ground. I think you have recently managed to distance yourself from, because even if it was family, I think you managed to add some space for sure, or required space. Okay, so there is a light and dark to the situation. Perhaps something that you deeply care about is making you second guess if you made the right decision, or there's a light and dark to the situation for sure. Page of Swords in reverse. You considering if you should have been a lighter heart in whatever you recently decided, or if this was something that you're like, is this going to deal Okay, so maybe you're feeling like you are a little derailed by whatever just happened, and I don't think that's the case. I think life is trying to simplify things for you in order for you to get back down to a base level, almost like getting back to a neutral zone so that you can move forward accordingly in a more a more decent way for you. The Temperance. Yeah. And the eels in this picture are symbolizing a figure 8 or an infinity symbol almost. So there's a sign of 8 also is a number of strength. You could be seeing frequent 8s repeating, just 8 8s, not 8 8s, but like 3 8s in a row or something like that. But there's a sense of you going back down to simple basics in your life, simplifying your life in a lot of ways so that you can move forward quicker. And Temperance, life wants you to be more prosperous and interactive with the things that you do on a daily basis instead of just going through the motions. Perhaps you were feeling like every day was the same, or there was a lot of lack of feeling worth or reason to live in a blunt way. It felt obscene for you to step out of your comfort zone, but alas, I think maybe you are so depleted lately that a lot of options that you would have not chosen for yourself before are kind of on the table now. You're willing to do things that you weren't so open-minded to do before. And you could really enjoy light colors of like pastel, like I want to say periwinkle or lavender, or maybe the smell of lavender. For some reason I just got that. But the Hanged Man is also a great sign. So I think there might be a feeling, because you've gotten 3 major cards of, you could feel like a sense of desperation looming in your life, where you're kind of not outwardly feeling like you are struggling, but in certain aspects you're like, I need to improve these things quickly before they become a problem. And life is dignifying your lull right now, your downtime right now that you are being granted. This is a time of rest, recuperation, recovery, and non-committal. Like, you don't have to feel burdened by the fact that you are taking time to rest. It is deserved in a lot of ways, but also you're not setting yourself back. The things that have occurred recently are not a setback. They are a minor inconvenience to what is a bigger plan for you. Life doesn't want you to be miserable or hopeless. The King of Coins, and it was upright. What a glorious thing. What a beautiful thing. I like the glaring nature of this Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man usually is kind of it looks disparaging in some tarot decks, or it looks kind of gloomy. But in this one, it kind of just seems obvious that you should take a step back from, if you are overextending yourself, spend time on yourself and simply doing things that you enjoy. There could be a lot of ways that you commit to things because you know other people want them, or you've just been going through the motions for so long it feels like something you should be doing, when in reality a calmer, more casual lifestyle is calling you and clawing at you. It seems like you could be a lot happier and a lot more mentally stable if you are to allow yourself room to breathe in certain aspects. And you could be a busy person. The King of Coins. The King of Coins is a really obvious card of someone who is able to give a lot. So maybe there's something about, you have a lot of talents or things to give out to the world, or you feel as always you have to be putting out content or work. You always have to be doing something socially. There's something about you feeling as though your flame will blow out, or you will falter if you stop doing what you're doing consistently. But that is not the case. You have a reserve in your favor right now that is going to allow you to recover. Get back to a state where you can create or put out things that are more true to you. The things that you would be doing right now or putting out into the world right now could be a little scatterbrained or haphazard. They're just not your best work when you are going through it mentally. The Judgment card in reverse, and you will not feel judgment. It's almost like if you take yourself out of the rumble, or it's like you're kind of in the gauntlet right now because you're choosing to continue to stay and be a part of the fight, or I want to say fanning the flames, but it could be just that you're trying to do certain things right now. And alas, if you were to stop putting your sights on certain things, they would become more obvious the way to move forward. Or it's almost like if you don't compare yourself to others or look at what other people are doing right now, it's very beneficial as well. The Knight of Coins. Life is going to be in a lull for you for a second as you build your reserve to move forward. It's almost like you're getting your ship prepared during low tide, so in high tide you can sail and soar and withstand whatever you need to. Right now, I don't think you will be compromised by just laying low and doing things in the darkness, but not in a sense of negativity. I just think keeping to yourself and keeping quiet for a period of time is beneficial for you to not compromise yourself in any way. And it's not that you will do something to mess up your life. It's just, I think maybe for a mental state, you not putting things out as frequently or not expecting to do certain things. It's almost like you have that mental unlock where you can finally decompress and not be focused on if you should be doing a certain thing. It's almost like in your mind you'll know, I don't need to be doing that right now, so there's no reason to fret or focus on these things because I'm not going to even pursue it right now. It's a lot less stressful, and I think you'll be a lot less wound up if you stop participating in certain things in your life right now. And I feel like I've said certain 5 trillion times, so hopefully that's not incessant. Okay, one more card. Speaking of incessant, I love this card just because look at it. Don't I look so posh? Okay, but it was the 6 of coins in reverse. Yeah, there we go. I am insisting that a time of rest and recovery for you, but also I think you doing things in the shadows will prevent people from putting like evil eyes on what you're trying to accomplish. Maybe you've had a lot of things foiled by people doing things in the shadows and you not knowing about it, or just kind of like dark energies taking over things that you cared about or wanted to do, your wishes and aspirations. I think you writing those things down and having meditative sessions and spending time appreciating silence and recovery and redemption. Maybe look at some fire, like go stare at a flame. Just putting intentions out into this world right now instead of actions is beneficial for you currently. So with that, you got this, and you gotta know I love you. Hiya, Pile 3. This is what is coming towards you, why, who, or what their purpose is, decisions to be made, things for you to anticipate. I don't know if I said that already, but okay. All of these things. So let's get into it. 8 of coins. Pile 3, 8 of coins. I think there is certainly a shadow aspect to what's going on lately. You could have to dispel a lot of anger or resentment. You could be speaking your mind outwardly because of something. I think maybe there is a person that needed to hear the truth about a situation from your perspective or your side. You asking what their role in things were, or a leveling of playing fields if you're to move forward with a person. I think there needs to be a certain honesty implemented, and if that's not possible, or if you don't feel a honest reply, then you kind of got your answer more straight up than a person could ever say. Perhaps like how you're treated in a situation becomes more of an obvious nature soon, or it is right now, like there's actualizations that are being made. And the 5 of Swords in a reverse. You're no longer fighting for a stance or for a person or a situation. It's almost like you're just kind of stating the facts of what you are capable of doing or how you are. If you haven't done this already, I think you having a conversation with someone being as fluent and fluid about, this is me, what I want, this is what I'm capable of, this is what I'm doing. If that conversation has just happened or it's about to, it feels as though you have dodged a bullet, or you're letting your high tension environment release itself. It's almost like you are high strung by nature, or have been on high alert for lots of struggle for quite a while, and it's almost you're choosing a softer lifestyle, I'm hearing you've had a delinquent past, or perhaps there's something about second chances happening in your life, or you're feeling as though things are becoming obviously the path for you, life wanting you to choose to be more stable and sincere. Maybe sincerity has come into your life recently in the form of you finding things to be more obvious, the way that you want to act or be put out into the world. Those standards are more, it's almost like a sheet has been lifted from your vision where you see things more clearly, or maybe life paths are opening up in ways that are more obvious for you. Things are clicking. And it's because you made small decisions to choose yourself over allowing fuck shit or damage to continue to happen to you in your life. And it wasn't easy to stand up for yourself in this situation. The Knight of Cups upright, because the 5 of Swords, it's almost like you see things around you and you could potentially give in to them again, and you're choosing a lifestyle where you don't. Simply, you could go back to certain things in your life, but you choose not to any longer, and because you have done that, doors are opening for you mentally, and also following in suit. Sorry. Doors opening for you mentally first, and then following in suit physically. It's almost like life is seeing that you have prepared yourself amongst yourself for more aptitude, more comprehensive lifestyle, more interactive lifestyles. You were on the sidelines for a while, but you're showing yourself to be a fierce competitor. The Knight of Cups upright, it's almost like people from the past are congratulating you in the near future for something, an accomplishment that has been it's being identified, or something is becoming blatantly obvious in your life, an accomplishment or something that you're daring to do that is different. And it's a lot of people from the past maybe are saying like cheers to you, but there's also a nature of like good game. Maybe there's people from the past that were unsavory or not nurturing to you at all, but they're saying that they still wish you well. Or good game as in maybe they don't wish you well, but they see how you decided to alchemize your life in a way that is untouchable. Like, it's hard to hate on someone that just chose better for themselves. I don't think you stepped on anyone's toes getting to where you wanted to be, and it's deserved and desirable what you've done. I don't think anyone wants to necessarily sever ties with you either, because you are someone who seems like you have opportunity dripping from your fingers, or it's that sounded grotesque. It's almost like you have opportunity at your disposal, or you are able to do things that other people can't. So people don't necessarily want to be in bad blood with you either. So there might be jealousy, but people can comprehend that you are a force to be reckoned with. The King of Cups. The King of Cups. So yeah, it's almost like people are in the distance being like, good game. We see you, we see that you have taken a lot of things that you have been through in your life and made it utterly you, completely you, looks good on whatever you're doing. And the King of Cups, this man looks stoic and unmoved. And I wanted to say unchanged, but it's almost like your personality is something that has been untampered with in a lot of ways. You're kind of like a relic of what you've always been, which is fun and exciting for people because you do stand for something, and it's of an obvious nature. You have maybe things that seem nostalgic or familiar about you. Naturally, people want to root for you. The King of Cups, it's almost like you have an attitude that is kind of endearing to people, or something about you that is childlike, but at the same time, strong sense of self and boundaries. Like, people don't want to mess with you is a resounding emotion here. The Four of Pentacles in reverse. In a lot of ways, the past is being cut off from you so that you don't have any ties to it. I don't think a lot of things will be able to haunt you any longer if you were worried about people getting one over on you, or being able to tamper or to entangle themselves in your life. These emotions and these feelings of, if you have any undealt with emotions that kind of bubble up to the surface, I think there's a catharsis that's coming towards you where you will dead a lot of the emotions and feelings towards the past, because the future will be so bright, and you will almost feel like you were antagonized a lot in the past in ways that you didn't even identify, or the past will just be so estranged from you that it has no bearing on what your current life or future is. It will seem just to be what it is. And you're such a person who has been molded by the past. It will be, I want to say, like, maybe you're kind of like a hometown hero feeling, or people will root for you because you have a familiar feeling. It's almost like you're easy to like, but also I'm hearing malfeasance. It's almost maybe you're fearful of returning to certain places because you don't want to be accessible to maybe some people or some places or something. Like, you're not a stranger to deranged behavior. Maybe there's something about you having been in dangerous situations. I think those things are falling away from you. The danger in your life is falling away from you. Maybe because this is the Temperance 5, 14. Yeah, Temperance in reverse. So it almost feels as though you have been sitting with a lot of the contempt that you have felt for so long. You certainly know what it's like to dislike people, places, or things. I think a softness is definitely coming to soften your edges. I think environments are coming for you that are going to help identify the nature of you that can settle yourself, settle down, be in a more stable headspace. Perhaps you'll be able to grow upwards now because you're no longer spreading yourself so thin in other ways of your life. These sort of lifestyles are coming towards you, and they will be very obviously for you. I think you will be kind of lulled into a healthier, easier to grow environment is coming for you, and it's kind of just going to sweep you off your feet, but not in a way where you are just going to find yourself in this. It's just more of an ease. Like you're going to be eased into a life that wants you a part of it. It won't be so shaky or judgy or spiky. These things kind of you find yourself having reoccurring situations in your life, and I think that's coming to an end. The turmoil that has been, the traumas that have been reoccurring in your life are being cauterized because you have had a period of time where you distanced yourself from a lot of things, and life appreciates that. Because life wants you to succeed in a lot of ways, but it takes your effort first, and now life kind of is wanting to aid you, guide you, nurture you, dote on you. This is the King of Pentacles, and it was upright. So I feel like you're going to be courted into something. Perhaps if it's not a person that really charms you, it's a place that really charms you. Something about you're going to be courted into wanting something better for yourself. So it is almost, life is being romantic in the way that it's like, here's this thing that you've been wanting for so long, and here's the ways that you can go towards it. Enjoy. And you'll just be like, okay, is this really happening? Like, it's almost going to seem like the time that you've been waiting for, but also it's not going to be as spastic or excitement filled. It's almost like it naturally happens in a pace of not chaos. Like a change in your life is going to happen smoothly and succinctly. It's going to be easy. And ease is coming to your life that I think has been unidentified previously. So get ready. I think you're always ready. So maybe just enjoy right now. You're like never not aware of things. So, okay, I think it's more of like life is ready for you. So enjoy. You got this, and you gotta know I love you.